have no clue about mechanic stuff, yet here I am trying to change the brakes of my van using ChatGPT. But first, let's see how I ended up here. So I just picked up my van from a mechanic after getting some stuff fixed. The only thing left to do was replace the brake discs and the brake pads. So that can't be too hard, right? So I went online and asked ChatGPT to write me up some detailed instructions. So here's what we got. First, a detailed list of tools and materials required. And let me tell you, after hopping on Amazon and ordering all of those things, I don't think I'm gonna save any money, but at least it should make for some pretty entertaining content. And in the end, I've got some tools. So here's what we need. A jack and check stance, wheel chocks, breaker bar, torque wrench, ratchet wrench and socket set, flathead screwdriver, brake caliper windback tool, rubber mallet, wire brush, bungee cord or zip ties, penetrating oil, new brake pads, new brake discs, brake cleaner spray, anti-seize lubricant, thread locker, gloves and safety glasses, and paper towels and rags. Looks like we've got everything, so now on to step 1. Loosen the wheel bolts, check up the car, and remove the wheel. Now apparently putting the tire under the car is another safety measure. Now if you haven't picked up so far, I really am a new mechanic, but even I can see that those discs are pretty much on their deathbed. So good thing we're replacing them. Alrighty, so now on to step 2, which is gonna be removing all the old brake parts. So that's access the brake caliper, remove the old brake pads, and clean the caliper. Time for another problem. I figured out that the Torx set that I bought is for 3/8 inch. I don't know why I went for that, but I only have a 1.25 inch ratchet, so yeah, I guess it wouldn't be a Luke's Toolbox video without going to the stores. Never mind, look what I just found, an old ratchet set from my granddad, which he used every single day at work, so yeah, and luckily it's 3/8 inch. And luckily it's 3/8 inches. And luckily it's 3/8. Jesus, that's a tongue twister. And luckily it's 3/8. And luckily it's 3/8 of an inch. And luckily it's the right size we need. Turns out I kind of skipped a step with removing the old brake disc, which would have been step 3, namely removing the caliper bracket, the disc retaining screw, the old brake disc, and finally clean the hub. So now we're just gonna clean everything together. But first the caliper bracket, and let me show you why. So in this little groove the brake pads are housed, and since there's only one brake cylinder, the brake pads have to slide back and forth in this channel. And right now it's full of so much gunk, I don't even know how there wasn't any squeaking. So let's get this all cleaned up and make use of a ginormous bottle of brake cleaners. Everything's clean now, so on to step 4, installing the new brake discs. Then step 5, which is installing the new brake pads and resetting the brake caliper piston. Now that went together like a charm, so now the only thing left is step 6, which is reassemble the wheel and tighten them to spec. One side is done and I could not be any happier. I don't want to bore you out, but it wouldn't be complete without showing the second side. So I turned to ChatGPT again and oh well. Suggestion is throw on a time lapse and tell some van jokes. So here we go. Ferrari owners have carbon ceramic brakes. I think I can brakes. Remove the black wrap around the windows. I think I accidentally undressed my van. It's blushed, I swear. Used leftover wood from the van build for a mosaic tile table. So technically, my living room is made from structural integrity and regret. Tried to change the headlights. Headlights said no. We're in a toxic relationship now. I ghosted them by driving only during the day. People ask if I insulated the van. Yes, with desperation, caffeine and emotional resilience. My van has more riv nuts than friends, but at least the riv nuts are supportive. Every time I fix something on this van, another part files a complaint. Ah yes, replacing the brakes, because apparently stopping is important. I named the van WD Explorer, but all it explores is my patience. What sounds like a jet engine but moves like a depressed turtle? My van. My van is a Fiat Doblo, which is Italian for structural uncertainty. I'm genuinely so sorry for what you just had to listen to. It's never gonna happen again. I promise. Now I'm gonna take the van for a quick spin, and if I did everything right with the brakes, we're gonna see each other in 2 weeks for the next episode. See ya!